session. All right. So first, just a quick question. Have you gone through my question sets?
Bit. I have gone through the oral questions, but yeah, I got bit a little bit, but not at the depth level, in depth.
Okay. All right. So any idea how we can, let's say we are using using a Aura component, Lightning Aura component, to update
Okay.
some record. Okay. To update a
Okay.
particular record. All right. So to
Mhm.
update that record, we must need the record ID for that record to update it. Correct.
Right. Right. Right.
So my question is, how can we fetch the record ID from the Lightning component?
Okay. How can we face the record ID in the lightning? Using Aura, you are asking, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Not familiar, but I think so. There is different forms, and we can use like a means like a Aura component we are using to fetch any record based on the record ID,
All right.
and yeah. So there is a record edit form, something like no,
Okay.
using that
So
form.
yeah, there is an interface called Force has record ID. Have you heard about it?
Not no no
Okay.
not exactly.
So there is an interface called Force has record ID. So which means you will get the record ID from the opened record itself. All
Okay.
right. So this is the
Mhm.
interface. Force
Okay.
has record ID.
Force has recorded. Okay.
All right. Okay. So how many types of events are there in Lightning?
How many types of events?
Events, correct. Events.
Uh, events. No, not exactly.
All right. So I believe you know about the, I mean, system events, then
Okay, okay,
application
okay.
event,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So all
yeah.
those
We
are
have
the
also,
types of
yeah.
events.
Right, right, right.
All right. So now my question will be, can you tell me what is the life cycle phase of a Lightning component?
Like the phase of lightning component, like mm, no,
All
sir,
right.
no.
Okay. No issue. I will tell. Okay. So life cycle events or life cycle phases of Aura component. So here what is done? So what when the Aura component is initialized first, then the
Mhm.
init event will be fired. All right. And we can
Okay,
also handle
control.
that. Yeah, we can also handle that init event. It is basically the constructor for Lightning components.
Right.
All right. And then the render event will be fired. So render means after the initialization of the Lightning component, the component's body will be rendered. So whatever attributes you are defining in the Lightning component, all those will be rendered, and you will be able to view the Lightning component after the light component's body is being rendered.
Okay.
All right. And finally, after render event will fire. So after event render fire, it will fire because after rendering the Lightning component's body, then only we can interact with the Lightning component's body. I mean, Lightning component like component.get v dot something. So those things will only happen after init event, sorry, after render event.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And finally, we can call the custom renderer events.
Okay.
So the custom renderer, I believe you know about the bundles present in the Aura component. So there are several bundles like component, then application, helper, controller, right? So
Mhm.
those are the bundles of Lightning. So if you can check and explore, then you can find there is a render file as well in the bundle.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Okay. So first
So,
init
like it is, yeah, first with the init, then the render body,
render
and then,
render, correct. Then after render, so that we can communicate with the Lightning components body. and finally the custom render.
Okay.
Okay.
But specifically, they will again ask to write the code and all, right? So.
Yeah, they will ask to write the codes.
Mhm.
No, basically they will not ask you to write the code. They will just test your concept first. Then in worst case they may ask you to write some code to, like, let's say, insert or update some record. That way only. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So for insert and update, if you want to enforce the field level securities and all, so how you can proceed in lightning component? Let's say we are inserting a record or we are updating a record using lightning component. All right.
Okay.
So to enforce the field level securities and all the default permissions, then what should we use? All right.
Okay.
The question will be like this: how to enforce FLS
Field level
default
security.
permissions? So I believe you know about the lightning record forms, right?
Lightning records forms.
Right. So if
Okay.
you insert or update a record using lightning record forms, then automatically the field level securities and all the default permissions of Salesforce will be enforced.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Can you open the Aura question answer set right now?
Yeah, I have just opened it.
Yeah, yeah. You can check there. First question, I think there is a thing with lightning record forms, right?
Yeah, the second question is about third question actually. Yeah.
Right.
The fourth one, the explain lightning record form.
Yeah. So can you just go through it and just go through it for 2 minutes or so, and let
Okay.
me know if you have any doubt.
Or a component means flexibility. Is this a standard code or something, right? Like
It's a standard. The lightning record form is the standard form provided by Salesforce. All right.
okay.
And we just need to set the parameters, and we may call our custom site, I mean, JavaScript controllers as well.
So it
Hmm.
means like we have to be only change in that particular uh, we need to only change the custom field there when we require to fetch any record or something.
No, custom fields or standard fields, whatever you want to update or use in your lightning component, you just take it from there. That's it. All right.
Okay. Okay. So anyway, the other part of the code is like a standard one. Only the part of that using the
Also for
getting that
update, yeah. Also for update, you need to know the record ID part as well, right?
yeah, right.
So the record ID will come from the interface as record ID.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so you have
Yeah.
gone through it, right? No doubt.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
All right. So the next question will be most important question for Aura. Let's say there are two components, all right, and we want to make a communication between those two components. Let's say those components are dependent, and
Okay.
we want to make communication in between them. Then what is the correct approach for this?
Okay. So we have two components and we have to communicate with each other
Correct.
between. Yeah. Okay. No, not sure. Not sure
All right.
actually.
All right. No issue. communicate between.
Mostly this aura part is not means I have not learned before, no, so
Yeah,
that
that's
is
okay.
why keeping it.
That's okay. So see, the dependent components means let's say one is parent and one is child. So that is what a dependent component
Okay.
means. One should be parent and one should be child. And if you want to make communication between child to parent,
Mhm.
so here the child there is a thing called component event. You must have heard
Okay.
about it. So the component event is the way to communicate between child and parent. So what it does actually, the child will fire the event and parent will have the handler and it will handle the event. All right.
Okay.
So in the event itself, there will be some attributes and parameters. So whenever the child is firing the event, it will set the parameters with some value. It will set the attributes with some values. And whenever parent receives the event with the handler, he will decode it. I mean, he will take the values from there and it will use it. So this is how we can communicate from child to parent.
Okay. Okay.
You got it right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
First, you need to focus on the concept. Okay, then only you can go for the code writing code.
Right, right.
So the steps will be the first step child. First step will be create an event. Next step will be register the event with child. Okay. So in the event, it will have some attributes. Attributes. Then child will set the attributes with some value. After setting the value, child will fire the event. Now, whenever it is fired, parent will handle the event with its handler defined. And finally, parent will take the values from the event set by the child. All right. So,
Okay.
see now what you need to do. First step is create an event. So, how to create an event? You can check my document. You will find there how to
Sure.
create an event.
Mm.
And then second step is register that event with child. So, how to register the event with child in the child component? You can also find the code in there. So then you just need to follow the steps only. All right. And you need to know how these steps can be done using code. So that's
Okay.
the path of learning you should take.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Similarly, how to communicate between two components which are independent. There is no parent child
Okay.
relationship.
No dependency also. Okay.
Right. Okay. So here again, we will make use of application events. From one component, the component which will fire the event will be notifier, and the component which will receive the event and handle it, it will be the receiver. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
the same thing will be there. Same steps you need to follow.
Okay.
But the syntax will be different for application event and syntax will be different for component event.
Okay.
Yeah. Till now, you have any doubt?
Not exactly. Yeah. We are
All
clear.
right.
Um,
Okay. So next, the question will be how to use a lightning component, I mean the aura component, as a lightning quick action tab.
okay. Let me. Mhm.
Can you check my document and can you find it out?
Action tab. Not getting that question exactly.
Okay. Okay. All right. Can you give me 2 minutes, please?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
Sure. Thanks. Okay. All right. So, see, in this thing, when there's another interface called force lightning quick action. Okay. Force
Force like application.
lightning
Uh,
quick
quick
action.
action.
And you need to
Okay.
implement that interface in your component.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Then my question is how to use the lightning component as a tab. Okay.
Okay.
So here you can find there is a thing called force app hostable.
Okay.
This is also an interface you need to implement.
Mhm.
All right. And one thing, so do you know about the DOM tree? What is a DOM tree? Do you
Mm,
have any idea? Okay. So
no,
DOM tree
no.
is basically, see, whenever a component, it's the Salesforce background architecture. I mean the data structure, what they follow to store all the information.
Okay.
All right. So they
Okay.
maintain a tree-like data structure, which is called as DOM tree. DOM means document object model. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Let's document object model. See, first here will be a root node. Okay. Initially, there will be a root node.
Mhm.
So whenever a component is created,
Okay.
it will add it in the tree.
Okay.
Component. All right. Again, if after that, if there is a child component of that,
Mhm.
then what will happen? Okay. All right. So this way, whenever a component is being added into the data structure, it will be added as a node. All right, in the tree. So this is what a DROM tree, and every node will have the information about a particular component.
Okay.
Got it?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So let me explain one more thing here. So let's say here we have other components as well. Okay, next shirts one. All right. So let's say there are three components: component one, component two, and child component. So this child component is the child component of component one, and in the other side of the tree, it is the in the right side nodes, the component two is there. All right. So let's say we want to make the communication from component one to component two.
Okay.
Listen carefully. We need to make the communication from component one to component two. So in
Okay.
this scenario, which event should we choose? It's the application event or it's the component event?
Mm, as they are both are independent, I guess.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that would be
So
a
we will use. Yeah.
right. That would be an
That will be
application.
the application. Yeah.
Correct. Correct. Okay. So do you have an idea about the packages? So what is the package and all?
Yeah. As a Java developer, I know, but I'm not sure about this means in the
Okay.
Aura
So
side.
yeah, it's like the Java as well. So the package
Okay.
means whenever you create a package for a particular package, a DOM tree will be there.
Okay.
If you create two packages, then there will be two DOM trees.
Two DOM trees. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. So let's say we have a package one, and also one more thing. This component event and application event only work inside one package. All right.
Okay.
If the two components are present inside one single package, then only component event and lightning event will work. Otherwise, it will not work.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So now my question is, let's say we have package two. All right. So now my question is how to communicate between component two and component two.
Okay. They are both entirely different package and we have to
Right.
communicate.
Right. So we cannot use the application event here. So what we can do
Right.
is we can use a publisher subscriber model. All right.
Okay.
So we can implement the pub sub model using lightning message channel. So there is another interface called lightning message channel. So if you can implement that,
Okay.
the notifier component will publish it into the message channel, and
Mhm.
the component 22, which is the receiver, will take it from the lightning message channel. I mean, it will receive it. It will
Okay.
subscribe. It will continuously subscribe to the channel. So if something new appears on the channel, it will take it.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Communication between two components from different terms. Lightning message channel, which means the pub sub model. Okay. All right, now I will be discussing about what are the phases. Okay, I think the meeting will end in 10 minutes. So after it ends, I will create a new one. All right,
Yeah, sure, sure, no problem.
phases of uh, component and application event. Okay, so for component event, we have three phases. One is bubble phase, bubble phase. Sorry, if the first one should be the init phase. Init phase during the initialization, then a phase called bubble phase, and finally capture phase. And I will tell you what all these are.
Yeah. Uh, you are sending this document to me, right?
Perfect. Yeah, I will send.
Yeah,
And for application event, there are four phases.
sure.
One more phase is default phase. Okay, so I will explain one phase. All right, each phase. So let's say we have this. Okay, this is our DOM tree. All right. So here, see, as I told, the child component will always for, let's say, for the component event. All right. So for the component event, the child component will fire the event. Correct?
Okay, yeah, right.
Yeah. So and let's say this component is a leaf node of this tree, and the child
Mm-hmm.
component fire is firing an event. So now what will happen? The event will propagate up to the up the tree from bottom to
Update,
top.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
And in this parent component, all right, I think I don't have so much space here. It has the handler.
Okay. Is it a handler class or something?
It's the event handler. All right.
Okay, event handler. Okay.
I don't have much space. Okay, just a minute. Hmm, all right. Okay, so here I'm just making it as h. So this is the handler for the parent component. Okay, so the
Okay.
event will be propagating from bottom to top, and whenever it meets the handler, the event propagation will be stopped at there.
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
Okay. Yeah.
So when the event is being propagating up from bottom to top, that phase is called bubble phase because it is bubbling from bottom to top. All right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So I'm just making it as bubble phase event propagates from bottom to top. All right. Okay. Okay. So the when the bubble phase is completed, the capture phase will start. So what does the capture phase do? So the capture phase is what is doing, it is just capturing the event which is bubbling up
Mm-hmm.
from bottom to top.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. So
Mm-hmm.
here I am writing capture phase, capturing the event fired from child. All right. Placed at bottom. So here one thing to note here is the child will always be placed at the bottom. I mean,
Yeah.
it will be
Yeah.
down than parent. All right.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Let's say, so this is all about the component event. All right.
Component.
So
Mm-hmm.
let's say talk about the application event. So let's say we are uh, communicating child component 2 and component 2 2. All right. So whenever the first phase will be init phase, and that's all, because the component is being
Yeah.
initialized, so init phase will there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So now again the bubble phase will start here.
Right. Correct.
So it will fire the notifier will fire the event. It will come to the component 1 2 and it will check if the handler is present or not. But this handler is not present in here. This is present in component 2 2. Correct.
Correct. Yeah.
So it will not find any handler and it will reach to root node 2.
Root node two.
So the bubble phase is completed, capture phase is completed, and till and still the handler is not found.
Mm-hmm.
So
Correct.
now the default phase will start, and the default
Okay.
phase is from top to down to find
Top
if
to down.
handler is present.
Present or not. Yeah.
Okay. So here the default phase will start for application event from top to down to search for,
So
yeah. Tell me.
so you mean like the default phase will always been there from
For
top to
the
bottom, and
right. Correct. Correct.
the other three one is always been from the bottom to top.
No, for the capture it is top to bottom again.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Capture is there also from top to bottom.
Right. All right.
Only the bubble one is.
So you are clear with this architecture.
Right. 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 Yeah. Correct.
All right.
And
Okay, so I am just stopping the video and I will just send you one more invite because it's the free one, right? So it will stop.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All
It will
right.
stop again.
Yeah,
Sure.
thanks.
Yeah.